Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Monday, the 18th of March, 2024. I'm Sean Elmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up just 6 points today to 7,676 points. But that didn't really tell the story of the interest rate sensitive property stocks, which was sold off hard. Industrial property giant Goodman Group led the market lower, finishing down 4%. Westville owner Scentre Group finished 1.5% lower, while Stockland was off around 1%. Property stocks are particularly interest rate sensitive because they carry plenty of debt. So when investors think rates might be higher for longer, the real estate investment trusts tend to suffer. Today, the banks were generally higher. The big miners were mixed, with Fortescue Metals Group ending the day lower. Wesfarmers and Woodside also fell, while Suncorp ended higher. Story number 2, local bond markets moved in line with their US brethren today, with yields rising on expectations that the drop in interest rates might not be as soon or as fast as hoped for at the beginning of the year. The Reserve Bank is in the midst of a 2-day meeting with an announcement on rates due at 2:30pm tomorrow. Bond yields are a good predictor of future interest rates, and 2-year bonds are returning more than 4.3%, which is about where the official cash rate is. The 3-year rate, considered the most sensitive to interest rates, has risen to 3.78%. The good news is that the bond markets are still predicting that the next move in interest rates will be down. They're just not as confident about when and by how much. Story number 3, tropical cyclone Megan, with winds of up to 200 kilometres an hour, is causing havoc both off the coast and on land in the Northern Territory. There's been evacuations and the closure of a major manganese mine. The Category 3 storm in the southwestern Gulf of Carpentaria was due to cross the coast today. The Groot Island manganese mine, the largest producer in the world, was closed by owner South32, and Shell's Prelude LNG plant off the coast of Western Australia was under threat. Story number 4, the fight for Southern Cross Austereo is reaching a critical point, with the group saying it's considering a new offer from Australian Radio Network, while Chair Rob Murray said he will step down later this year. Murray said he intends to retire as director from the company, which owns the Triple M and Hit Radio networks, ahead of its annual general meeting later this year. However, he has offered to the board to remain as chair if, at that time, discussions related to the buyout bid have not been resolved. After taking almost 5 months to reject the takeover offer from ARN Media and Anchorage Capital Partners and lacklustre results, Southern Cross's major shareholders called for an extraordinary meeting to remove Murray. Don't think the chair has much choice in this one. Meanwhile, Southern Cross today said it would consider the new higher offer from ARN. And story number 5, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has lashed out at sharp criticism from Western allies, accusing them of seeking to orchestrate elections that would paralyse the country and lead to its defeat in its war against Hamas. Mr. Netanyahu vowed to resist the intensifying international pressure, especially from the White House, to delay an offensive into the city of Rafah on the southern edge of the Gaza Strip, according to the Financial Times. European leaders have also urged Netanyahu to refrain from invading Rafah. Mr. Netanyahu responded directly to criticism last week by US Senator Chuck Schumer, in which America's most prominent Jewish politician said Netanyahu's hard-right government needs to be replaced to avoid Israel becoming a pariah. The Israeli leader accused the international community of having a short memory about the brutal toll of Hamas's October 7 attack on Israel, in which 1,200 people were killed and about 240 taken hostage, according to Israeli authorities. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 18th of March, 2024. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X, TikTok and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Elmer. Enjoy your evening.